It's your boy Chad Rod. We back, baby. We back, baby. We back. Episode 15. You hear me, cuz? It's episode 15. Hey, hashtag iAMWHOiAM, the podcast, man. We back, baby. We back. I have a special guest with me today. Introduce yourself, brother.
What it do, world, man. This is Guarantee, a.k.a. Garen Tucker, a.k.a. Mr. Know a Lot About Nothing.
Know a lot about nothing. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's
yeah,
up.
you know what I mean?
Man, so, man, just, I've known you a long time. So, kind of tell the people, a little bit about yourself, man. What you into, kind of what you do, man. What's going on with you.
Hey, man, I'm just an entrepreneur trying to get it, man. And I say trying, I really mean I am.
Yeah.
Just claiming that, you know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's
you
up.
know,
That's what's
but,
up.
Nah, man, I just want to spread a little love to the world, man. That's all.
What's up. That's
you
what's
know what I
up.
mean?
That's
Love
what's
conquers
up.
hate.
Yeah, all day, every day.
You know, I had to look at the camera when I said that love conquers hate. You know, say that again.
Yeah, you might as well repeat it one more time for him.
Love conquers hate.
Yeah, I had to fix the headphone, make sure I could hear it. You know what I'm saying?
You know
but yeah, that's what's up, man. So I haven't seen my man probably about 6 months before our daughter started playing basketball together. Probably about 6 months. Yeah,
it was a gas station.
In White.
Yeah.
It's probably summertime. Summertime. Yeah. So I keep running into him. So it was ironic when I walk into my daughter's basketball practice, and actually I walked into the draft. He didn't see me at the draft, but I saw him walk in. I was like, man, there go Garen, And I ain't think nothing about it. I couldn't get to him. I tried to get to him to holler at him. But then I walk into my daughter's basketball practice, and sure enough, he there again. They on the same team. Crazy.
Imagine
so
that.
yeah. So I'm like, sure, man. Let me holler at my dude, man. Let me get him on the podcast, man. Get him on the game from the whip and stuff, man. Let me holler at him and do that. So it's cool, man, because our daughters and stuff on the same team, and we were just rapping just a minute ago about being a dad out here. Especially, with it about to be 2020.
Yeah, man.
Things kind of changing a little bit. You know what I mean?
Boy, hey.
So, coming up like we came up, dealing with the women, having daughters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's tough out here, man. And when you raising them, what you said.
Seriously.
So man, I just wanted to, kind of pick your brain and see, because I know me. From this situation, I don't know what I'm gonna do here in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years.
Whew.
It's kind of it's
It's a delicate situation.
Yeah, I'm sweating. Just
a delicate situation.
I'm getting hot like this. You know what I'm saying? So man, I just want to kind of hear from you, man. What because like I guess I'll tell you what I'm thinking about. So my mission is just keep them busy.
Yeah.
Let's keep them busy.
Keep them something constructive.
Something constructive. So right now they're swimming, playing ball,
any sport,
running track. I just got them running soccer. Everything. My production assistant. Just trying to keep them busy, man. Just keep them busy. So what's your view on that?
Man, mine's the same. Honestly, idle time's a devil's workshop.
Right.
And so with having 4 girls, aging from 14 to 4.
Yep.
I'm at the teenage stage with one, so she getting a little sporty at the mouth, But for me, my main principle is that I want to show them how a man treats a woman by the way I treat their mom. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Or whoever I'm with. And then, with that trickle down effect, hopefully they see that, you know what I mean? But, I take mine out to restaurants, Red Lobster. I ain't one of those parents where, it's too expensive for some kids to go eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, like that,
I take them so that they had that. So can't nobody get wooed with that. You know what I mean? These dudes these days wooing with Red Lobster, Roof Chris, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But for me, it goes back to what you said, man. Having kids and trying to instill in the stuff that we learned, but also give them the same things we didn't have. Well, for me, and I saw this on a meme, so I can't take this. You know what I mean? I want to take it, but I can't. I can't get credit for that. Where it says, instead of giving your kids everything that you didn't have, what about you teach them the things that you wasn't taught?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And for me, I told my kids, you know, I said, look, I'm not going to make you do anything, but I'm going to make you choose something.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah,
like with sports, you know, my 11-year-old, she didn't know what she wanted to do. So I said, look, I'm not going to force you to play this sport or force you to play that sport, but you're going to choose something.
Right.
I don't even care if it's the chess club.
Right. Same
You're going
here.
to choose
Same
something.
Here. Yeah. Yes,
you
sir.
know, and that's something that I told him, you know, plus, you know, we always got the dad cliche.
Oh, yeah.
When he comes in, I'm going to be cleaning my gun. And,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, see, I'm lifting weights now. I'm trying to be 280 with abs by the time they, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I seen that Den of Thieves scene. Because, you know, at first it was the bad boys.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to do the bad boy scene.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when he come to the door. Then the Den of Thieves took it up another level.
Yeah.
You know, with that. Have you seen that scene? What?
Nah, I ain't seen it.
Man, it's the most iconic daughter-dad.
You said the Thieves?
Den of Thieves.
Is it on the YouTube? Den of Thieves?
Yeah, that scene, I guarantee if you put Den of Thieves
Yeah. Keep going, do what you're saying. Let's
pull up that scene. Well, I was gonna do that scene, and I think I still might, man, because you know we know a couple of hard hitters that are willing to do that. But at the same time, have you ever seen the show Dexter?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That was one of my other ones, man. But I'll tell you about that one another time. Yeah. You know, hey, look, it's all comical though. But this one right here is hilarious.
Yeah.
And it took Bad Boy scene and took it up a notch.
For real?
Yeah. Man, I mean.
So I guess this is it right here. Let's see it.
Oh yeah, this is it.
Damn. You're looking fine.
You look amazing.
Crazy.
You gonna see it.
Thank you.
Oh, 50 Cent in it.
Oh yeah, it's a good movie, man.
I ain't seen it
too.
Let's see where you get your looks from.
Thank you.
They trying to come in finessing.
Thank you. Can I take that?
Oh, yeah.
Look at you.
Wanda, this is my dad.
He said you trying to get swollen ass.
Yeah, I know.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, let me holler at him for a second. Let me talk to you, bro.
Look at your boy face.
Look at their face when he took him in that room.
Alright, don't worry about it. Okay, I'm just gonna talk.
Hey, it's hilarious.
Oh wow.
You see what I'm saying? Hey,
That's what's up. For the past
That's what I
16
mean.
years, my daughter's safety and protection has been my responsibility only.
I memorized
For the
that
first
speech,
time in
by
my
the way.
life, I see I gotta hand you that responsibility.
Wow.
Don't fuck up, or your mama will weep and she has to wheel your ass around every day the rest of your life.
Wow.
Now, I worked on this because I want to say this to you as nice as possible. You understand?
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Το εσύ και χαϊού εγώ ταϊμί. Πάμε το χείλα μαϊάι. Σε κέφε.
It's all right, it's all right.
I just know he probably said, "I'm gonna do what you did to
Always
her
trying
to
say
you."
It's wonderful to meet you. And he wants you to have a beautiful evening. I'll see you at 11:30. Yeah. 11:30. Yeah. 11:30. Good choice.
Oh snap. See y'all at 11:30.
You just let him know, yeah, yes, sir. You know, he said
You
it.
got the picture, bro.
Wow.
Watch this though.
Oh, it's this. Crazy.
Hey,
So, but I feel you though.
that's.
I mean, that's your.
it's
Not
your
only is it
job.
your seed,
It's your job.
that's your woman.
Yeah.
I mean,
responsibility.
I mean,
It's your
she's
responsibility.
Yeah, she needs to be the best she can be,
Hey man, you gotta do.
and don't need no distractions.
none. And you, but like you said, it's a different age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their informational intake is 100 times what we had at our age. You know what I mean? Like, and we can only curve as parents so much.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, yeah, we can put the parental blocks and we can do all this and all that.
They
man.
smart.
They smarter
Yeah,
than
they
us when it
smart,
comes to
man.
electronics,
They
man.
smart,
I watched my 4-year-old sit there when she was like 2
Yeah.
and was going to her profile on Netflix and clicking on it and, you know, going to her show and skipping the intro and then fast forwarding to,
Wow.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so they adaptive, and which means the instant gratification. That's what scares me.
Well, I saw a thing on the other day. A girl, was on there and she was losing her mind because she wasn't getting Instagram likes, so she had to go without Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And like how it just caused her to kind of decline and stuff. And I'm hoping that will be not in style when ours are older, but I'm sure to just be something that's worse.
I mean, I'm gonna say this, and it's something that me personally, I don't have nothing but Facebook.
Right.
I don't have any other social media platforms, and I do that for my friends and my family legitimately that I can't keep in contact with on the phone.
Right.
But and the reason why is because, like you said, you hope that would be a trend that stops.
Yeah.
It's not a trend. It's literally a chemical dependency. Wow. It's almost worse. It's worse than a drug. Like when you said the girl tried to harm herself, Facebook. The dude, I don't remember his name, man, but I think he's like part owner of the Golden State Warriors.
Oh wow! Okay.
And he started out as Facebook acquisitions, president of acquisitions. Meaning his job was to keep you on Facebook 24-hour day. His job was to keep you on there as much as possible.
Oh wow!
And he said that they spent over $1 billion trying to understand how our minds work.
Wow!
So when they hit the like buttons. The likes, he said, he put it in a phrase like this. Imagine if I wanted to say, hey, I want you to put on your personal information, your life, your kids, what they're doing, where you're going. In the beginning, people were resistant because you're naturally resistant to it.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm not doing that. You
privacy.
Crazy. Yeah. Well, he said we added the like button. Now you get 200-300 likes for a picture. It releases a short-term dopamine hit in your brain. It's literally a chemical released in your brain. He said, and at that point, he said, now we don't have to ask you to put up content. Now you're sitting there going to upload as much content as possible, just like a drug. That first hit was a high that you can't replace.
Wow.
So now you sitting there uploading, I'm doing this, I'm doing it, here's a picture of this, picture of that, picture of that. It took the empathy out of it. It took all the empathy out of people, and now it's all about likes. And that's why he said we added the hearts and the faces. He said because now we just getting you more addicted into it. And now it's a self-sustaining machine.
Wow.
They ain't got to do anything.
So on that note, so nowadays you got, when we was coming up, music was kind of like, we got to survive. I'm gonna get you this.
It was survival music.
Basically drug dealing music, right?
Yeah, it was.
So now you got drug user music.
Drug doing, my bad.
Drug doing. Are you good? Drug doing music.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of piggybacks basically off what you're saying. Is that what causes that? Is that what caused all that, or like what's going on out here? Like how did we go from being the seller to the user?
The user.
Like how did that happen? I mean, in your opinion, you know what I'm saying?
Cultural appropriation.
Wow.
Cultural appropriation. Wow. You know what I mean? That's the biggest, and that's the first thing that popped in my head when you said that.
Yeah.
And I'll elaborate more on it, but it went from it being an isolated genre.
Right.
It went from being an isolated
to being like inclusive.
And now it's all inclusive. If you look at every genre now, you almost can't separate the sounds.
Wow.
Whether it's country, pop, hip hop, R&B, or rap, if there's such a thing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it's all inclusive. So when you talk about like back in our era, especially growing up, they wasn't even glorifying the drug game. They was really spitting their real story.
Oh yeah.
They was spitting what they was really going through to get to where they at now.
Yeah.
Now, half of these rappers are telling their kids to do these drugs, and they don't even do them themselves. Wow. And honestly, it's almost inhumanly impossible for you to do that amount of what they telling you to do and live.
Well, because the people that are doing that amount are dying
at a mass rate.
You got the guy that just died. What's his name? Juice WRLD just passed away.
Just passed away, and
I mean, I don't know if that's what it was. I'm just speculating, but I'd assume it was that he did a high amount and then flew.
I think a lot of it has to do with what they have to do now to get to where they at, and they ain't happy with themselves. So now they self-medicate. And look at all of them.
Yeah.
Meek Mill just did an interview with I don't know if it was Charlemagne or somebody else, but he was talking about how he had to make a conscious decision whether I was taking 10 perks a day, he said, versus being a boss. He said, I can't be a boss while I'm taking 10 perks. He said, I'm taking 2 in the morning. By 2 to 4, they wearing off, taking 2 more,
wow.
2 more every day.
Wow.
He said, and I knew it was going to kill me.
Right.
You know, lean has been around since we was kids when it was called syrup. Coming out of Texas.
Yeah.
It killed DJ Screw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he wasn't necessarily glorifying it until you go drink pints and pints and pints.
Right.
But now you look at all these artists, they telling you to go pull up 4 or 5 pints, and you do this on a daily basis, your kidneys gonna shut down.
You done. It's a wrap.
But when that goes back to cultural appropriation, let me get back to that. Like,
okay.
I mean, what it is, man, that they saw that now this business is generating billions.
Yeah.
It's a billion. The kids are now wanting it, so of course they're gonna monopolize it. And but what better to monopolize it is and to really get our and now it's not just our culture. At first, it was kind of like the target was on our back, but now it's targets on everybody's back when it comes to the message they spreading on it.
Wow.
That's why they only push certain artists. That's why
it's always been like that too.
That's why they tell you certain artists can make it, and this is what you're gonna talk about. That's why you got your ARs. The ARs will sit there and revamp
even
your album.
still with the YouTube stuff and with the SoundCloud and all that. They're still picking and choosing.
They pick and choose. Pac said it best, man, when he got locked up. He said, "Why you think my album went #1 when I was locked up? Because they still chose to push me."
Wow.
They still chose to push me. You know what I mean? So they choose to push and market it who they want. And if you're not, you get put on the shelf. If you're not going to talk about what they want you to talk about, they put you on the shelf.
Wow.
So that's why you see the influx of the drug-doing music with the culture. Now it's mixed in because a lot of the rap now is almost mosh pitish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now you see in London, what do they call it? I forgot the name of the style, man. It's a style that they call it. It's not bullet, man. It's something. But anyway, you seeing that across the globe, man. And it's all the same.
Well, like we said earlier, it's inclusive, man. Everybody feels included. Everybody feels like what your boy's saying, hustle and flow. Everybody has the right to spit a verse. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where we at with it. But speaking of that, though, so everybody that come on the podcast, I've got to know this, man. Top 5 rappers of all time in order. And it don't matter. It don't matter if they local. It don't matter if they got one bar. It don't matter about record sales. I want to know your top 5. Like not nothing else. No other ways. Your top 5 rappers of all time.
You know, you put me on the spot.
Yeah. It's the I am who I am hashtag.
Man, I am, therefore I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For real. But, God, man, that's a tough question. Of course, you know, man.
Well, hold that thought. Hold that thought. I gotta restart the camera. All right. So top 5.
Top 5. Man, I'm gonna go with, of course. Dang, man, that Pac and Biggie situation is like, you know, they tickering at the top.
Yeah, they at the top,
all
right?
Man, I'm gonna go with Pac, Biggie, you know, Nas.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, man. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Nas. I'm gonna count 2 as one. I'm gonna bend the rules.
Okay.
Method Man and Red Man are some of my.
I can dig that. I can dig that.
That's 2 of my favorites. I actually got to meet them.
Wow,
you know what I mean?
wow. They seem like cool dudes.
DC at a go-go, man. If you
For real?
know what a go-go is, it's something different. But in number 5, dang, man, that's a tough one. I mean, of course, everybody wants to go with the mainstream. Oh, it's got to be Jay-Z, but they go off record sales.
I don't even like Jay-Z.
Nah, man.
Not at all.
I'm going to have to go with, man, I don't know, man. I might have to say Scarface.
Ooh. I haven't heard that one on the pod.
I had to say Scarface, man.
Okay, I can dig it.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's so many to choose from, and I ain't really go from this era.
Yeah.
I went from, like, when you say rap, like real culture, storytellers, man, you know, innovators, motivators. You know, like you said, nowadays, man, like I said, I can sit there and sum up in 15-word vocabulary what your verse gonna be about.
Oh, yeah.
You know
I mean, you got very few artists, and I don't want to put them all in a box, but you got very few artists that take their time with their pad and pencil.
Yeah.
Most of them on their phone typing it, which I mean it works.
It works, but
it's
what
not.
kind of flow.
That and you're not erasing. Like it's a lot of. To be honest, there's a little bit of pain in having to scratch out a line or erase a line and then replace a word versus when you backspace it, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? It's, you don't even remember that it happened, but at least I can read underneath.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I said that, but okay, but I fixed it.
Exactly.
You know, I grew.
I grew with that. Like, you know what I mean? This is a baby project. Like, this came from nothing.
There's something to be said about that.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Yeah.
What is your top 5, man? You asked me mine.
Man, okay, so for you, I'm gonna do it. Of all time, man, top 5 rappers of all time. I'm gonna go number 1. It is tough. But I'm gonna go Pac number 1. Then I'm gonna go Master P number 2.
Really?
Yeah, and the whole No Limit family. The whole No Limit though.
That's interesting.
The whole No Limit. Then I'm gonna go Jeezy 3.
Oh, man, I left my boy out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jeezy 3.
I left my boy out.
Because Jeezy done got me through some stuff.
Yeah, I was going through some stuff.
Exactly. And Jeezy 3. And then from there, it's kind of tough, man. It gets kind of, I'm going to go Twister 4. And then Player 5-5.
Yeah, Player Fly. Man,
Player Fly 5.
TSU, man, 98.
Yeah, I mean, Player Fly, I remember spending hours, like just riding around listening to the same. I live for the funk and love the funk. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was some moments in my life, man.
Every time I hear a song, it flashbacks to TSU 98. 60% of the campus was Memphis.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, mine was the...
Yeah. I remember saying that for the long, man. Hey, man, we got to get these bird, man. Hey, what your boy said. And 666 is number 6. So they a close 6. You know what I'm saying? The whole, you know what I'm saying? Like 666, 8-Ball, MJG, all of them could be in the same. Pastor Troy, they could all be in the same kind of,
I mean,
you know.
I see why you went with No Limit.
I must have dropped a $16 every week with No Limit.
But you know that they were pioneers of a style that wasn't mainstream, just like Cash Money was. Cash Money kind of took the torch. You know what I mean? There was like Grandmaster Flash in the very, very beginning. Yeah. That had a pioneered, you know, basically the parties and the mixes. And that's what I mean. And
I think Master P, I think them pool parties when they was twerk, you know, but that's when I first got introduced to twerking.
It showed,
you know what I'm saying?
It was different than 2 Live Crew. It had that 2 Live Crew like ambiance of it. But then it had the gangster with it, and it wasn't done on a mass scale like they did it. You know what I mean? Where it was almost seemed like watered down, but it wasn't.
Nah, it was hard, man.
It was straight Louisiana, you know.
It was hard,
dirt,
man.
You know what I mean?
And they had them hard beats, man. It was hard, man. And a lot of people don't give P credit for being innovative and teaching you how to flood. Like the quantity conversation, he was about quantity. He wasn't focused on quality. Y'all say I can't rap, that's fine. Got another one. Here's another one.
Yeah, here's another one. Here's another one. Let's keep buying it.
Yeah. And you scrolling through for the one track because you know he's gonna give you one.
Let's make a couple movies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And he was really one of the pioneers that really just started doing that. Man, started branching off and making movies. You know what I mean? Off of your own label. Yeah. Then you seen like Damon Dash. You know, with Rockefeller do it. You know, he had a lot of success with it.
Yeah.
You know, but
so speaking of Dame Dash, man, let's talk about this rat race, man. So me and I think it was me and my wife was talking the other day, and she, you know, we was talking about kind of like a fiend or someone addicted to drugs or whatever, and kind of how they kind of go through, you know, all they focus on is drugs. Well, then I was like, well, I don't know if that's right because, you know, I feel like I'm going to work every day wasting my life the exact same way they wasting theirs, and I know it's kind of on two totally polar different opposites, but at the same time it's kind of the same thing. Like I'm chasing this dream of this person telling me I did a great job, here's a raise, here's your picket fence, here's enough money to buy your house with your white picket fence, your Mercedes, your this, your that, you know, and here's enough money. Here's enough money to be able to do that, be able to take your family on vacation, blah blah. Well, the same other person on the whole other end of the spectrum is like, hey man, I just want to get high today. You know, I'm just trying to get high, trying to just get high today. You know, that's it. I'm just focused on being able to keep this high. till tomorrow.
You
know,
and
so how
and
you
it started all over again the next day.
Same thing, but it's the same race.
It's the monotony of the same thing.
Same
both
over and
them.
over. Is that insanity on both ends, or what do you think?
Yeah, it is, man. It is insanity. Like, I mean, it is a rat race. Like, I mean, and you look at, it's two different opposites, but the aspects are the same. You take the components of both, and this person is focused on getting high. This person's focused on getting the big house with the white picket fence with the nice cars. But in 20 years, you look at where they at. 20 years, you look what they at. And they very well might be in the same ass. This person might be homeless in 20 years, even though you've been working for that same person for 20 years.
As soon as they
this person just been doing it, but at the same time, that rat race, man, mentality is what's got us to the point where everybody's so materialistic, keeping up with the Joneses. Honestly, man, I mean, I've had nice cars and put rims and all that stuff on it. My car's been paid off for 2 years.
Right.
I can go get another car right now tomorrow if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I ain't on that.
Right,
because they don't build value. See, it goes back to this too. The differences between them and working for somebody else and building yourself up and feeling like you accomplished. But at the end of the day, what did you really accomplish when you still dependent on that person when you retire to pay you? You know what I mean? And at the same time, you look at it as, I'm working for this guy, but I could work for myself, do the exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I could be in the monotony of doing the same thing every morning, but at the same time, it's for myself.
Exactly.
And I don't know, man. I mean, what do you think?
Well, I think you're on to something, because I was thinking the same thing, man. Like, why not chase happiness?
Yeah.
Like, I could do this for a living, create podcasts, politic with my mans,
get paid to do it,
make the exact same I make now, and love my life,
and love your job,
and love my job.
It's not a job when you love it.
And then I'm dependent on me to get paid. So I ain't got to worry about you getting tired of me, or I didn't perform this way. If I don't perform, I don't eat.
I don't eat.
You see what I'm saying? And it's on me.
The responsibility's
so
on you.
Exactly. So you kind of get out of that rat race, because I'm not really chasing. I'm already happy. Mm-hmm. Versus, I got time, I got a little money, I can buy what I can eat, feed my kids. We can go, like you said earlier, Red Lobster with my babies.
Yeah.
Chill, relax, show them good time, get them involved and stuff, buy them some little school shoes. Because, like you said, man, I'm the same way. I ain't had a car payment in probably 4 or 5 years, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been, like you said, I've been there. I bought nice cars. I've even flipped out of nice cars to get nicer cars that were half the price of the previous car.
Yeah.
And people don't even realize. They think I got a nicer car, but no, really, in all actuality, I'm playing the game.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, man, it's just a matter of finding what it is you love and then pursuing it. I mean, and then to be honest, that's the best way to get out of the rat race. As far as the high, I mean, I've never had an addictive personality.
Me neither.
Only thing I've been really like addicted to is like, just being just chasing. So I've always enjoyed the chase, whether it be women, money, whatever. I just like to be able to manipulate situations and chase something and grind.
You got a BA and BS.
Yeah, what you said. So that I mean that's. But as far as like alcohol, I could put it down a day. Everything else I did put down. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I've never done anything other than
me neither.
Me neither.
Ever. Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
Like I've been in the studio where people doing their thing.
Yeah.
But I would like to touch on this about getting out of the rat race, man.
Yeah.
I know I keep harboring on it, but man, honestly, that's the foundation for everything that I speak of is that manifestation. Like speaking that in existence. But to get out of the rat race, you need collateral.
Wow.
Especially as melanated.
Yeah,
you need collateral.
Ain't nobody gonna give you nothing, especially if you're darker than them.
Look, you about made me cuss. But look, hey.
But ain't nobody gonna give you nothing.
Nah. And so,
but what's funny though, I don't mean to cut you off, but people talk about black people helping black people. Every time I've been helped in like a corporate aspect or corporate way, it's been by a white person.
Yeah.
Black. I've worked for black people, and they didn't help me.
But is that because?
I don't know why.
Is that half?
I have no idea.
You know what I mean? But
I'm not a threat. Maybe it's a reason.
Yeah. I mean,
who
at
knows?
that point, 48 Laws of Power. If you ain't ready, you need to read it because you know it applies to today's time and jobs specifically.
Yeah.
But you know, to go back to what I was saying, real estate.
Wow.
And see, that's one thing as our people, man, we don't do that.
Right,
we don't leave houses to our kids like you know, you see the higher ups do. And what that does is it already puts their kids in front of the start line.
Oh yeah.
They started before you because, you know, when you can go take your real estate portfolio of a few $100,000, $1,000 houses. You might have a few 200, might have a few 300. Take it to a bank. Tell them you want a loan for something, a business, you know, opportunity you want to start. They won't hesitate to give you that because now you got the collateral to back that loan up.
Right.
Now it ain't about this.
Yeah.
It's about what's on that paper because you playing their game. And see, real estate is the game. I got this from a Superman movie. It was a terrible movie. It was like the new one, but with Kevin Spacey when he was playing the villain, and he said something. He said, "What did my dad tell me when I was younger?" And she said a couple things like, "No, you can make more materials, you can build more buildings, but you can't make more land.
Wow.
What's here is here."
Yeah.
And so, you know, you about like me, man. There's been times where you had a surplus of money and you young and you tricking it off, especially if you're in that lifestyle. You know it's coming back the next day. You know what I mean? You ain't worried about it. You know, some people content with a couple of cars, nice little house, you know, little play money. But what if you took that money and went to like tax liens? You know, because every county has a tax lien auction every year. And you can go to the local clerk's office and tell them to put you on an email list to go up there, and you will get every house that's on the tax auction list, what the starting bid is, the parcel numbers, everything. Wow. And so money, pennies on the dollar. So I saw a lot of houses going back to the state.
Right.
And what I'm trying to tell you is you wait 12 months. You know, you put down whatever they ask you, you wait your 12 months, and they give you the deed. You pay the taxes for that current year. They give you the deed to the property. That person has 12 months. If there is anybody, they have 12 months to buy it back from the time you go to the auction and purchase it.
Oh, wow.
And then there's a prorated 12%. So if they wait closer to 12 months, you're going to get full close to 12%.
Oh, wow.
You know, so you never lose money regardless.
Right.
But the thing is, let's say that you do get that property. Now I got 4 or 5 properties. Might be some properties that ain't good to nobody. But guess what? That's a lot of collateral. And you know what? That's under my name. That now I have a portfolio.
Now you own. I
own property. Now I got worth behind my name. See, that's how you get out the rat race.
Okay, so to piggyback off that and to kind of switch gears, your name. So I like to talk about sports on the podcast. Everybody know I'm a sports fanatic, right?
Yeah.
And the Patriots got a name for cheating, right? Tom Brady and them Patriots got a name for cheating, right? Hold on. So I pulled up the video. Let me pull up the video real quick, man. So apparently they done got caught cheating again. Apparently there's tapes of them out there recording somebody, and they cheating again. So hold on. Let's see what my man say right here.
Exclusive footage of this confrontation, and you see right here the Bengals. Their security guys actually.
I mean, he's not even hiding it though.
The Patriots
he's like straight up like with
their sideline, their substitution.
Said it was a scout cam. That thing looks like a tablet on a still.
But this is where things take a turn for the Patriots.
And this is a piece you're filming on your advanced scout? Yeah. Come on, guys.
What is that?
Even security roasting him.
I don't see the advanced scout in this footage.
No, it's not. We were trying to get some field perspective behind that.
That's not the
field perspective.
Field perspective from behind their line? You can do it from your side. What in the world, man?
So we can see they're cheating, right? We don't need
clearly,
to watch the whole thing.
we don't have to watch the whole thing. They're clearly cheating. Like your hand is in the cookie jar for like the 4th time. You know.
So I saw them get a pick this morning. I was at the gym.
Yeah.
And I saw them playing the Bengals, and they get a pick. And I'm like, well, of course they got a pick They knew the play.
They knew the play. They knew when he came in what play they was going to run. They looking at who was trading in and out, like the substitutions they were putting in on what downs and like, I mean, Belichick. Hey man, your system is flawless. You don't have to cheat. You're taking lacrosse players from college and making them wide receiver stars. Like, I mean, look, you don't have to cheat. I guess this is icing on the cake.
Marshall Faulk said he know for sure when they played the Rams that
against Warner.
He said he know
Warren, yeah.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner, yeah. Warner,
yeah. He knew for sure they knew. It was a few times he knew they knew the play.
Oh yeah.
He said he knew they knew the play. He said that he would go to his grave knowing that they cheated and took that Super Bowl from him.
Of course, like this is Belichick win at all costs. You know, and it never slides up to, you know, it's like in the movies, man, where like the fall guy takes the fall and, you know, the boss is sitting up in the penthouse.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Brady and Belichick.
Right.
Here. They never going to be, okay.
So let's say they get caught cheating.
Yeah, they have.
Well, let's say they get convicted of cheating.
Okay,
they've got caught 3 times.
Convicted.
They've got caught 3 times.
It's like the mob.
So let's say they get convicted of cheating.
Yeah.
Right? Are they still the greatest duo of all time? If they get convicted.
Oh. Well, should they do them like Pete Rose?
Yeah.
Yes. Know? I mean.
C.
Yeah. See, senor. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I mean, I think they should be stripped, man. Yeah. I mean, because it's almost a pattern, man. Look at it. People don't really remember when they was listening to, I forgot what team it was.
The Saints, I believe.
They was listening to the headsets.
Yeah, I think
they
was
listening
Saints,
to the headsets that they were calling their plays in. Then deflating the balls.
And then Tom Brady deleting the messages, text messages.
Deleting it. Then they paid the towel boy to do something else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the scandal is.
And then you could tell this guy wasn't a high up because he's like, I can delete it.
I can delete it, man. It'll be gone forever. Like, you know what I mean? No, man, it's done. And you probably live. You know what I mean? Look, that's what I said. You probably streaming this live. You're talking about, I can delete it, it'll be gone forever. Yeah, it's going off the device.
Yeah, you still running games.
It's uploaded.
To the cloud.
To the cloud, man.
Man, I don't know, man. I hate to blame Tom Brady, man, but I just feel like he know about it, man. And
I mean, honestly, you know, let's look at it objectively from both angles.
Okay. So this is how I'm looking at it. You giving Lamar Jackson heck. I mean, you giving him just straight up hell, right?
Yeah.
You saying he matched his uniform is why he's so good.
Yeah.
So now, okay, so if you're gonna say that about him, why is Tom Brady so good? Is it because he knows the defense?
Knows what they're gonna do. Number 94 is in. Hey, audible left, right.
So is that why he's so good?
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're gonna give us a hard time,
yeah,
why can't we give them a hard time?
Because you know how they say Cowboys America's greatest, America's team, favorite team, or whatever.
You just said it.
Well, that's been shifted to the Patriots.
Oh yeah. They just want to announce it live.
It's like the president, man.
Yeah,
it's a scandal. And yeah, he did it, but is he going down for it? No, he's not going down for it. Like,
oh no,
it's not going to happen.
You said something there. Hey, you said something there.
You know,
hey, we about to cut off again. Hold on.
Now, they didn't mind getting Kraft though.
Hey, but he got caught. He got caught in the. But he still got off though.
I mean, billionaire status, man. I mean, but the fact that they knew who he was and still.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm just like, man, you know, what are they doing over there?
Hey, man, I don't know,
but you know, you in salons, which I don't. Me personally, I don't think Kraft should be. I don't think he committed a crime. You got the money, you can pay for it. Pay for it.
Hey,
he did. His wife left. Passed. I think he's single.
Oh, is he?
He wearing Air Forces. He got all this money.
Hey, man.
You ain't giving it to him for free?
Well, the fact that they saw him go there like 5 times. Why you ain't arrest him the first time then? Why you let this man go do this 5 more times?
Straight with me.
And then
Kraft
do it.
Fool with McMill, man.
That was strategic. That was strategic though, because they, you know, fooling with Meek Mill associated with rappers and gangsters and talking about justice reform. We gonna show you.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that.
Because everybody probably got dirt on them at that level.
Yeah,
Billionaire status.
Oh yeah.
And you know, it's like Bill Cosby. The man try to buy a station, and all of a sudden his stuff.
That's a whole nother can of worms.
Well, I'm just naming. People that all of a sudden to try to attain like power status. Get them crumbs on the table.
Yeah.
Look at Mike. You know, bought 51% of Sony. Ooh. Boom, gone.
Oh yeah.
Prince. You know what I mean? He got his royalties.
I still don't know what happened to Prince exactly.
Well, he got his royalties that was worth.
Well, I'm just saying that like physically, like he just kind of just. Passed. He seemed to be in good condition and just gone.
Man, anybody that was on the Dr. Sebi diet, man, shouldn't be dead from no illness because this man.
And you Prince.
This man, I'm getting off tangent, but this man proved he cured every illness to the Supreme Court and represented himself. That's what they killed Nipsey for. But anyway, let's not get on that. That's a whole different.
A whole nother.
Let's not get on that rabbit hole.
We'll go there. But so I guess speaking on not having your best interests at heart. So I like to do a segment. I remember when. So when we was coming up, I remember you used to be a great high school athlete, football player, man. And back in our day, kids could not get their self recruited. Parents couldn't or nothing. Like it all depended on your coach. Yeah. So nowadays, kids are able to, have someone record their game and then upload it straight to YouTube, put some music behind it, do a couple cuts, and now all of a sudden you a D1
scout, like
you top 5-star recruit. Yeah. I remember when that wasn't the case. I remember when you may have 10 D1 players on your team, but if you ain't getting no type of publicity or no type of love from your coach sending out tapes, you may not even You may not even go D2, D3. Unless you walking on and able to pay for school.
You won quad A if it is a school.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So speak to that, man. Speak to that since I know you went through that personally.
Oh man, I might not look it. No, but I'm 40, man.
Used to be you. Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm 40 years old, man. And I used to be like I lifted like I was,
Man, I remember picturing the yearbook, boy. His neck was like this. I remember being like, boy, I'm doing shrugs for every day for the rest of my life.
That was that life, though. Yeah, I mean, it was dedication, man. And one thing about Al Coyle too, man. It wasn't just in the 2000s where they started getting the D1 prospects, right. The major schools. The talent always been there. Always been there. And honestly, man, they were built different than and I don't mean physically. Man. But I mean, I love this, man. Like to be able to just set it up, man, do your job, man.
So earlier I was like, no black person's ever helped me, right? Yeah. And you were talking to me earlier. You broke it down. Why is that? I never really thought about why is that, because like anytime I've ever made any progress in the corporate world, it's been a white person to tell me. Mm-hmm. Black people, like my homies, that as far as like helping me out in the streets or day-to-day life. Of course, they got my back, but I mean, like, helping me progress in the corporate world. Yeah. So, I think back to what you were saying, like, if you replace, the NIGGA with brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Has a different impact.
Yeah, man. Talk to him about that.
Bruh, like, I mean, I picked this up along the way, but, words impact situations through sales. Me and you both done sales over the years. Yeah. And words have different words have different impacts. And so like one of the reasons why you see more resistance with a brother helping you versus, somebody other than your race, that don't know you helping you is the mentality we've been taught. It all goes back to the mentality. God. And what I mean by that is, let me use an example. Let's say me and you in a gang. We ain't even in the gang. Let's just say, we out to get some NIGGAs. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what we out to get. That's what we looking for tonight. So when we pull up on them with the intent of doing them harm, Well, pull out the guns and be like, yeah, let's kill these NIGGAs.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The hate off the word itself. You know what I mean? You like, yeah, let's kill them. But imagine you replace that word with brother. You see the impact? Let's go hunt down these brothers. That don't know brothers right there, man. Let's go kill them right now.
That don't even sound right.
Don't sound right, and it won't resonate the same with you. You ain't gonna feel that same hatred if you call somebody else your brother.
Right.
I mean, because to be honest with you, and this is just my personal opinion.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Is that job wise, like you said, man, the situation where there were, four melanated people.
Yeah. So let me tell that
elaborate
story.
On that. Yeah.
So basically, I was with a corporation, and I had been with that corporation many years. Where it was a point to where I come up for the possibility of promotion, right? And I was telling Garen, I was like, basically, what happened was on the panel there was 5 people on the panel. It may have been 3 people on the panel. It was either 5 or 3. I can't remember. But I'm gonna just say there was 5, just to make it more negative and more, more entertaining, right? So basically, there was 4 brothers, and I mean 4 black men, and then there was a white woman, right? So as I'm interviewing, I'm only one person is even listening to me. Only one person heard my sales pitch. Only one person even looked at me the whole interview, right? And of course I didn't get the job. It says, we picked blah, blah, blah. But I just said all that to say, though, if they voted, I got 1 vote. You see what I'm saying? And that's been many of times it's been like that with
yeah.
Because I hear a lot of old heads.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean old heads. I mean like people that are like 45 and up-ish or 50 and up. Black, yeah, help the black. And I get it. But I'm more so help the people. And black people, I do want to succeed, of black women, black men. I want them to have opportunities, but at the same time, who's giving the opportunities? Because when I was coming up the ranks, as far as in the corporate world, if I saw a brother or a black man, yeah, I'm gonna be more geared, or a black woman. I'm going to cheat for them. I'm going to help them more. I'm going to hold their hand more to push. I'm not going to do anything outside of the guidelines. But as far as my attention, it was to help them because I knew what it was like for me.
Hold them more accountable too, though.
Hold them more accountable too, as well. So it's just crazy to me that you hear all this stuff about
I mean. But if they were in there thinking, man, let's help this brother out, versus, man, let's help this ninja out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because once you try to help the ninja, man, it's.
I mean, and that's the mentality that we have to break, though, because the only way that the only way that you would have got that interview.
Oh, you good? It's good.
Would have been if you was in a fraternity. Or something like that. Because look, I mean,
hold on, I'm gonna make sure it's good though. Make sure it's still cool. Oh, it ain't good. I'm glad I got up.
But I finished what I was saying. I mean, if you was in a fraternity, chances are 1 out of the 4 brothers that in a position where they looking to hire you, have been to college, and chances are they one of 4 fraternities.
Right.
They either Alpha, Omega,
right,
or Kappa, or Oneida, or Sigma. I think Sigma. Look, so they help each other.
Oh yeah, and I respect that.
Masons too.
Yeah, and I respect that. I respect that.
But I mean, but it all
help
goes,
the home team.
But But my whole point of telling you that is, what do they call a fraternity? They call them brother.
Wow.
They call them brothers.
Wow.
That's my brother. That's my bruh.
Yeah.
Like, I do anything for my bruh.
Yeah.
And it's an unspoken code amongst Greeks.
Wow.
So there's chances even that there's a white fraternity that see your Greek affiliation and put you on, because there is an underclass undertone of I got your back, brother.
Well, their nickname is better. It's like kinfolks.
Yeah,
it's my brother.
It's my brother. It's my brother.
It's not that dude or guy
and
or whatever.
And they use that
term.
word no matter what fraternity, and even with the sororities, they call them sisters.
Yeah.
This is my sister.
Oh yeah.
and that's my brother.
Yeah.
And that's why you see that network working. That's why you see you go in there and I'm a Kappa, but I'm a Q. And on the yard, we hate each other. We total opposites.
Yeah.
But when it comes to this corporate world and we on paper, hey,
I got you.
You got the job.
Yeah, I got
you. Know what I mean? Look,
got you.
And that's how it works. That's why you see it like that. And it's the opposite on a mass scale when you looking at white people. It's opposite because on a mass scale, and when I mean opposite of us, it's a fraternity thing.
Right.
And while we calling each other brothers, we done been through something together.
Right,
we was
right,
online together. We done broke bread together. You know, but for them, it's just the skin tone. Oh, you my brother, cause you same color as me. So you know what? I'm gonna give you this loan.
Which explains the A and the R.
Well, it explains the difference between the poverty amongst ethnic backgrounds. It explains the difference because you know what? If we was, like you said, if those 4 brothers in that interview would have saw you as their brother, you would have got that job. But for the fact that you wasn't in a fraternity, you wasn't breaking bread with them, I'm
from Alcoa, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia.
They don't care about your skin color because in Atlanta, Georgia, everybody's skin color is the same color. You know what I mean? And so for them, you just another threat. You just another nigga that's gonna come here and take my job. You ain't the brother. This ain't. Man, let me help my brother out, man. My brother need to be put on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they like that.
That's why.
And that's why I say that whole thing I said about like I can't stand when I hear let's keep segregation. Like brother, this all man brother channel. All black men, blah blah. Y'all, them same old heads.
Preachers.
Them same old heads talking that junk wouldn't help me with nothing.
Nah.
Except they want to take a little quota from the
only reason why, and only if they would help you would be because they need something out of you.
That's what I mean. Yeah. I'm good. I'm great at what I'm doing. So let me help this brother out.
Yeah.
But I don't. You don't see. It's like some women, and that not all. I'm not saying black women. I said women. Could be white, black, Chinese, Spanish women. You see the guy coming up, right?
Yeah.
You see him working on his craft every day, but he ain't making no money.
Yeah.
But you see him working on it every day.
But ain't no closer.
It ain't no value in that.
Nah.
So you give up because the dude pull up in the Benz, pull up in the, they got the hang, he chilling.
Comparing it with somebody else got.
He got a little money. So you take it. You settle. That's what they call settlers.
Yeah. You complacent.
You settle for what you see now. Mm-hmm. So then 5 years later, you run into the same dude you kicked out or you moved away.
Yeah.
Now he on.
Now he the man.
He did his craft. He all that work that you saw him doing. You was there with him at the bottom, but guess what? You gave up just a little early.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's the same thing when I try to think about that whole situation. Like and that's just and with I'm talking about black men. That's how I feel like they act. Older ones.
Yeah.
Older ones. Can you help me now or not? Whether you got a strong back, a great jump shot, you got a lot of following. How can you help me progress?
Progress right now.
You see what I'm saying? So, but I mean, we can talk about that for hours and hours. But I do want to talk about this, man. So you were telling me about this Ravens game. I haven't seen it. Where the giant raven flies over the 3D. Stadium. Yeah, man.
Virtual reality 3D.
Let's check this out, man. This is crazy. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. So I'm tripping on.
Man, it looks so real though.
Yeah, it looks real. So does it look real live?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's live.
Like they can see that in the stadium.
Yeah, I think they can see that in the stadium.
Wow.
Because I saw it during the game. I didn't see this on this. I saw that during the game.
Wow. So you telling me that they can...
I tripped out when I saw it.
Wow.
I was like, hold on, what is this? And I saw it flying, and I said, is it virtual reality or is it 3D? But when I, looked it up afterwards to kind of like show somebody else, I looked it up and it said it was 3D reality. So I don't know if it's both, but but I don't know. But I didn't see the crowd reaction off of that either. Though.
I kept looking for it. I kept looking for it.
It goes back to what you said. Was it live? Did the people there in the crowd see that? Because you would have thought people would have been kind of like, like ducking their head and screaming and clapping something. You know what I mean? Like, trampling each other.
So I remember like always. Like, the next big thing for the past 5 years has been the hologram. Like, you pull out your phone, the guy comes up, like, I'm calling you pop up, hey, I'm on my way. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be there in a minute. And you drop back in the phone and stuff like, Black Panther, all that, even way before then, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, is that what they practicing?
I mean, to be honest, man, it's already here. Yeah. I mean, that's something, if you seeing it on, like, that screen, it's been developed something way beyond that. And it is, though. I mean, straight up, like, you remember, put it like this. You see how good that looked? Remember the Tupac on stage?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Hologram?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yep,
you know what I mean? So it is there, and they have different ones, different hologram screens, but, I mean, it costs a lot of money to put it on, like, in front of a whole room. Oh, you know what I mean? You could put a standstill image on 3D without virtual reality goggles and see it like you could touch it, you know what I mean? Or imagine if everybody had virtual reality goggles on, seeing the same thing plugged in, Matrix style.
Wow. I don't want that.
Nah, I don't want that either. But Pokemon, the game, that was the first virtual reality on a mass scale game to where you driving and you seeing virtual reality style on your phone that there is a monster in front of you.
Yeah, that was a big hit too.
That, man, and for a reason though. Yeah. Beyond that,
it was prepping.
It was the company, the subsidiary company to own that though. We ain't gonna get onto that though. Like, I mean, the Face app, another one. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They just sticking their toe in. Man, about the cannonball.
I know this is normally, you kind of like phrase a question for us and we go off of it.
Yeah.
But here's a question for you that just spontaneous.
Oh, yeah. What you got?
Is movies dictating technology, or is technology dictating the movies?
I've always thought movies was getting you comfortable with what's coming.
Yeah.
I've always thought that.
Or is it movies that are so far sci-fi that need that sci-fi appeal that is so far-fetched of the technology that they use that it gives people the idea to make it? Because Star Trek, for instance, that was the first time I ever heard fiber optics.
Well, they had the watches.
Well, they had the communicators and they had fiber optics, though. You heard fiber optics mentioned in that show a lot.
All the time.
Well, now it's a household thing ran to your house to get,
you gotta have
high-speed internet.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, like, watches with the communicators, Knight Rider with the watch, talking to the kid. You know what I mean? Like, was that idea that was so far sci-fi is what made people say, I'm going to develop that?
Nope.
You thinking that it was already developed.
So I remember being a kid in elementary school. And I don't remember which grade it was, but I remember a teacher said, or we read it. You remember those weekly readers? Used to have the books in them?
Yeah.
So I remember they was like, whatever you see in technology, you're already, I want to say it's 15 years behind it.
Yeah.
You're already that far behind.
You're far behind it.
Yeah. So whatever you're seeing, so imagine what we were seeing. We were seeing this big box TV.
Yeah.
With this cable box.
They already had flat screens. I know that for a fact.
And touch screens.
I ain't gonna mention who.
Yeah.
But I had a family member that worked in DC for a major, the highest security building that you can get. He worked there.
That's what I'm saying.
And he's basically a hardened criminal, like with his rap sheet cleaned. And
that's what I'm saying.
Before there was ever flat screens, this man told me. I asked him, "What do you do?" He said, man, I sit in front of a computer all day, and there's 3 huge screens. They're huge in front of me. They're about this thick. And he said, there's 1 in front of me and 2 on the side. And he said, we just simulate training exercises for certain things. And I said, okay. And that was before a flat screen, even before plasmas, was even thought of.
So think about Walking Dead. Think about all that. Think about like what we eat.
Yeah.
Think about what we now they mass produce all these chemicals, all this. Think about
GMOs.
Think about just all that, and think about 20 years later.
Yeah. You
see what I'm saying? So I think it's my personal opinion. I think they just prepping you so that you don't panic.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why you see so many zombie and resistant movies.
I've already saw that before, kind of.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for it.
You get conditioned. It's called conditioned.
That's the word.
It's called conditioned. It's psychological. Sigmund Freud.
There you go.
Had a conditioned this little boy where he pee in the bed. So to break the pee in the bed, they put a bell, a link to the sensor. So as soon as it felt moisture, the bell would go off, and to make the little boy get up. I mean, the slightest touch, like as soon as he start peeing, ding, 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 and wake him up. So every time he peed, and he was a peer, it kept ringing in the middle of the night, ringing, waking him up, was conditional. So now, even if he ain't got to pee and he sleep, you ring that bell, guess what? He's getting up to go pee.
Oh, wow.
It's conditioning.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's like you said, Walking Dead, they want you to get used to seeing zombies if that would ever happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you kind of got them now. We were just talking earlier on here about,
bath salts and
the drugs.
The drugs,
yeah. You kind of got them now. And you don't even realize you don't got them to that extreme, but it really you do.
They ain't reanimated.
But imagine like 10 out of 12 people walking was like that.
Well, you remember the PCP stories you'd hear when, they jump off a building or take bullets, or crush their face in and they still moving around. Like, I mean, but you look at it in the aspect, is it mimicking the technology versus the movies or vice versa? Or the conditioning factors that they get us used to seeing? Well, I mean, you look at it in the aspect of, if that's the case, the mass shootings, we're numb to that. We're conditioned to that.
Yeah, but they didn't even promote that.
They don't promote it unless they want to take.
Well, they promoted live for us, but they didn't condition us in movies.
But we ain't gonna get into that.
Yeah. I mean, but to piggyback off what you're saying, I think it's when you got that much money involved in a motion picture. Imagine who's invested. And imagine when you slide that envelope across the table. Hey man, can you he may have had a movie about dogs getting crazy and taking over the planet. He slide this over the table, man, make them humans. Yeah. Or you got that walkie-talkie, Bluetooth, and put a watch on his wrist. Yeah, here's slide the check across the table.
You hit on something, and honestly, it I don't know real in depth about it, but it's on the same concept. It started like the foundation of what we're talking about in this conversation started with the conspiracy around them landing on the moon or not.
There you go.
And with the movies started making the aliens. That's when the alien movies started getting real popular and the sets started getting more elaborate. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why they were so. It's kind of hand in hand.
Hey, man.
I mean,
hey, it's crazy. Sorry, everybody, my screen went out, so I can't tell if we recording or not, which we are, so we good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, on that note, I won't hold you much longer, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. It's been a pleasure, man.
It's been love, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I mean, but, so, I like to do this segment, I remember when, man, so... Like I'm looking at all these kids, man. And I'm not jealous, but I'm just like, man, they got it made, man. I don't think they realize it. So
take it for granted.
Yeah, man. I remember a time when we both used to play sports, man. You was great at it. You know what I'm saying?
Too,
you did your thing, man. And I remember a time like your whole college career was based on your head football coach or your assistant coach or anybody willing to tell a friend about how great this kid is in Alcoa, Tennessee, or wherever you from.
Yeah.
And major cities, coaches would actually stop through there and see those games. But in small towns and cities, you wouldn't get coaches coming through just sitting in the stands, no notoriety, right? So I said all that to say, I remember a time when you would actually have to have your coach record game film, edit the game film, and send it off to a college to get a scholarship. Right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, if like my daughter, for example, I could sit in the stands, record her highlights. I could do it right now, and she ain't even that cold yet. I could record her highlights, chop it up, make it seem like she putting up 30, and she put a good beat behind it, and she be a phenom at 8 years old.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit, man. I know you remember them times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You remember that. You remember them days, man.
It was rough
with
for
VHS.
us, man. It was rough for us, man. Like, I mean, remember, I'm 40, bro.
Wow.
So I graduated in 98. So
98 was a great year, too, man. Wow, man.
But, when I came into 94, man, like, you didn't dress out unless you were playing. Wasn't enough jerseys. Program wasn't big enough.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? If you wasn't having potential to even get in the game, you wasn't dressing out. And it was only 4 freshmen when I came in, me and 3 other players that dressed out on Friday. The rest of the players looking at the sideline like the fans.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I call this the Phelps era of Alcoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here we had a racist coach, straight up.
Yeah.
A racist coach. If we did have the technology that we have now, it would have went viral. It would have went viral across the country. Didn't make it past Blount County.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude called us dropped the N-bomb on us, the whole team.
But ninja this, ninja that.
But didn't get the whole word out. He just got and the whole team stopped him. Black and white walked off. Made it to the papers. But my whole point to answer your question is, he didn't do recruitment for us.
Oh no.
So me and a couple other players would go down to the elementary school where they had the editing room, and we would go edit our own film from our JV to our varsity games. And like you said though, you can edit it. Back then it took a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work.
But I could edit my plays to where, all you seeing is highlight reels for me slobber knocking people out.
Slobber knocking. That's
what I mean?
I remember then. This was good old days. Y'all don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, used to get skulls if you knocked the mouthpiece out somebody's mouth when you
now you get a flag.
Yeah, right? Seriously. But you look at it in that aspect that we had to do all our footwork ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Our coach, I told you about him, didn't have no love for really no players. Not even some of the white players.
Right.
Just really, he wasn't recruit for nobody except for a selected few.
Or his son, offspring, niece, or not niece,
something like,
you know what I mean?
Some family member.
Yeah. Or family friend. You know what I'm saying?
My senior year was only a quarterback. Like, and we called him Mr. Interception.
Yeah.
But
you couldn't even doctor his game film up enough to even.
Man, look, it was like that movie. He's like, is there any way you can make it look like that man punching him? The Dolomite movie. You know what I mean? Like, is there any way not a chance?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. No, I totally
and he
understand.
personally sabotaged a couple people's careers.
Yeah.
But not to get on personal.
Yeah.
But go back to what you're saying. The way it's viral now, all you need to do is trend a little bit. You know what I mean? You trend a little bit and you gain that traction.
Yeah.
Start getting those hits, and all of a sudden now you viable.
Oh yeah.
Are you real viable? So now there's companies wanting to fight for you because you trended. They didn't even know who you was a week ago.
Oh no.
But like you said, I just put a hellacious edited photo. I mean, not even Photoshop, just a footage together, highlight reels.
Yeah, just when she make it,
depicting you as the best.
When she cross up and you fall,
That's stop. Look next.
yeah. Other angle, reverse the screen.
Yeah,
same. Yeah.
I mean, and so, but it goes back. When we do music.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit, and I'm don't quote me on this.
Yeah.
But I think it was Limp Bizkit, man, that. One of the ways that they were like so hungry, so thirsty, is that they called every record executive. They found out, they called a company and they would get the name of the record executive from that company. So I call Sony, and I say, hey, what's your record executive? Your AR?
Yeah.
Oh, his name is so and so, so and so. Okay, boom. So now I'm calling Arista, or Interscope, or whoever, whichever one.
Yeah.
I'm calling them, and I'm dropping the name from Sony to Arista. Yeah, man, this is the group Limp Bizkit, man. We already talked to so and so over here at Sony, but we just want to see if Interscope want to get in on us before they, because we really like to work with Interscope before we work with Sony. But we already talked to Clive Davis over here.
Yeah.
So he said they created their own buzz amongst the company. Same thing with sports.
Oh yeah.
You create your own buzz. And all of a sudden now they beating at your door.
And you may not even have no skills, man.
None.
You may not even have no skills.
How many 5-star recruits have you seen turn out to be a bust?
Man, I tell you this, Antonio Brown wasn't a 5-star.
No, he wasn't.
So
neither was Tom Brady.
Neither was Tom Brady.
Neither
was Mahomes.
Yeah. None of them.
None of the greats except Randy Moss.
Prescott?
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
no.
I mean, but these are all people that didn't stop either.
Well, no, and that's a whole nother conversation, about once you get any type of opportunity, what you do with it. But as far as the thing, all those guys, and I don't know about Tom Brady or Prescott but I do know Antonio Brown is from Florida, like Dade County, I think, or somewhere like that, where there's a lot of eyes on you. They're coming to the game to check you out because there's a lot of talent in that pool.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what I was saying earlier. They're not stopping by Alcoa.
No.
Now they are.
Now.
Because you've had some film.
25th consecutive championship.
Yeah.
You've
had some film get out, So let me check this camera, make sure. Sorry about this, everybody.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't recording. Okay. That's all good, man. We done politicked a lot, man.
Oh yeah. But yeah, on that note, I mean the audio there, so it's all good. It's unscripted over here, so
yeah.
But yeah, man. On that note, where they can find you? Tell them where they can find you.
Oh man, I don't have really social media platforms, man.
Okay.
But what I do is I reach out to him to reach out to you. Especially if you want to hear more, you know what I mean? We can get together, man, and it's my dude. We go A1 way back, man.
Yeah.
And I just came through, first podcast, you know what I mean? Or
episode 15.
15,
Hashtag
though.
I am who I am. The podcast, man.
Over here drinking on this.
What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Stella.
Stella, man.
Yeah. Stella, holla at me, man. That's you want a good pod. You want your first podcast sponsor. We would be definitely happy to talk to you about it, and because we drink it. We get up early and we go to work. We lift weights. We do all that, and we can talk real nice, because it's just true. It's what we use.
It's smooth.
Yeah, and it's a great brew. It's a great brew.
It really is. I mean, and honestly, I've had a few of these, and I'm not irresponsibly drinking, but I don't feel full at all.
No.
I feel like we're doing an infomercial.
Yeah.
But we're really not. We're just telling the truth.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Facts are facts. Facts are facts.
Facts.
But on that note, man, I appreciate you coming through.
Love, man. Appreciate it, bro.
And as always, check me out. SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. The thumbs up, YouTube.
Hit my boy up, man.
Yeah. Just help us. Leave some comments.
Help a brother out.
Dislike it. Let me know. Leave some comments. Leave some feedback. What you like. What you don't like. What you want to see. And as always, I'll be back. Yeah.
Peace.
Really appreciate you watching the video, checking it out. Let me know below what you think about it. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Holla back at your boy. And as always, I'll be back.